From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Cascade Paint and Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, temperatures were just a little bit warmer out there today. We're going to continue to see this slow climb in our temperatures over the weekend, and we're going to notice a much bigger climb going into next week. But overall, bottom line, we still got the cool and unsettled weather pattern in place. It's the case today. It'll be the case throughout the weekend as well. I do expect the snow levels to slowly rise as those temperatures rise as well, but off and on breezy conditions for some of us. It's going to be that nuisance wind I've been talking about over the last few days, but again, that significant warm-up as we take you through next week. Now, here is a look at your neighborhood forecast at a quick glance here for tomorrow. Now, I think the valley will be dry for a good portion of the day tomorrow, but could see some showers late in the day, late afternoon, early evening, for example. Trinity County, same situation, but snow levels around 3,000 feet. Isolated showers through the afternoon for the north coast because that weak disturbance will be passing through the coast first, working its way eastward. Of course, that will include Siskiyou County in the afternoon with snow levels around 3,000 feet and Modoc County. But I think it will miss the eastern mountains at least tomorrow, but by tomorrow night, the eastern mountains may see some of that activity. But again, the temperatures are slowly increasing. All right, let's talk about that warming trend. And there you can see, of course, we do have that cooler air moving on out. But we have some more cold air coming in from the north for your Saturday and Sunday. So again, not as cold as this system that's been over us the last few days. So temperatures are going to be just a tad warmer, but most likely still below normal for this time of the year. Now, as this moves out, this is what we call an inside slider, because we're going to be between an area of high pressure to our west and of course this low pressure here. That's the classic setup for a gusty north wind that we'll probably see on Monday before that all shifts eastward on Tuesday and Wednesday. In fact, as early as Tuesday, we could already be talking about temperatures around 80 degrees and maybe even a little bit warmer by the time we get into Wednesday. So valley highs, yes, they'll be back into the low 80s. Ah, yes, you ask and you shall receive. I know a lot of you have been asking for that. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast, take you into tomorrow morning. All right, maybe a flurry or two here, but overall, it's going to be a dry start to your day on Saturday. Even some clearing skies here, but most of the clouds will be on the coast and some of the higher elevations. Now, the key to this is the fact that we have a weak disturbance off to our west. So really, as you can see, even at noon, most of us are still dry. But then as we go through the afternoon, that disturbance pushes through the north coast, not to mention into Trinity County, but still fairly dry for the valley. Now, as we go into the evening hours, that then makes its way into the valley. And, you know, there could be a brief period of some moderate to heavy rainfall, especially around the Reading area as that passes through. Snow around 2,500 to 3,500 feet. I don't think it'll have a huge impact on mountain travel, but, you know, just one of those things you need to keep be aware of the fact that there may be some snow, especially off in the eastern mountains. Now, that's tomorrow night at 10 p.m. As we go into tomorrow morning, actually, you can see lingering activity for places like Red Bluff. So there may be a brief heavier downpour, or should I say moderate rain, for parts of Red Bluff southward into Corning as we go late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. And again, still maybe a few snow flurries down to about 3,000 feet, give or take. But it's dry behind that disturbance, at least for now. Now, as we go into Sunday around noon, you see how we're looking at more snow flurries off and on throughout the day for the mountain locations at around 3,000 to 4,000 feet, but dry and mainly sunny for the valley. Look at the coast, also looking at fairly dry conditions, although I don't want to rule out maybe a stray shower for parts of the coast, especially the inland areas here. Sunday, 5 p.m., still a little bit of activity, but we're beginning to see less blue and a little bit more green in there, indicating snow levels are probably going to be closer to 4,000 feet by Sunday afternoon. And as we go into Sunday night, it all disappears. And then that will be it. I don't anticipate any more scattered showers or unsettled weather or anything like that, because by Monday, as you saw, we're going to be in that transition. And eventually those winds picking up on Monday before they die down again for early next week around Tuesday, Wednesday. But again, the nuisance winds here for tomorrow afternoon, as we can see as we go through the day, those winds pick up. And again, it's nothing major. You're talking 10, maybe upwards of 20 miles per hour, but enough for us to call it breezy for your Saturday afternoon for some of us. Then Sunday morning, looks like we're looking at those winds calming down. And then, yes, Sunday afternoon, Those winds picking up maybe for the coast and some of the mountains, but not so bad for the valley for your Sunday. All right, here's a look at your wave heights as we go into your Saturday. There you can see, it looks like those wave heights are going to be dropping for your Saturday evening. We take into Sunday. Doesn't look like we're going to see much change in those overall wave heights. So looking at your marine forecast for your Saturday, south winds at 5 to 15 knots, waves from the northwest at 7 feet at 10 seconds, and from the northwest at 3 feet at about 17 seconds. There's your high and your low tide, your sunrise and sunset, and of course, a chance for showers throughout the afternoon on Saturday. Tonight, it is dropping down into the mid to upper 30s. Especially if we get those clearing skies tonight, you're talking about some cold temperatures to start your day tomorrow. So just be prepared that, we'll probably be looking at some patchy frost. Maybe it's frost on your windshields if you're not parked in a garage. I mean, we're getting close to the teens for some of those higher elevations. Chester about 21 tonight, 26 for Aden, 24 in Tennant. And then, of course, for the coast, temperatures mainly in the low 40s. All right, let's take a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast for your Saturday. Temperatures are inching up, but still cool. We'll call it 55 in Douglas City, about 48 degrees for Trinity Center, and there's Mad River with a high of about 46 degrees. All right, let's take you off to the north coast, taking to southern Humboldt County. There's Eureka at about 55, as well as Blue Lake, 50 for a high in Shelter Cove, and Garberville, a bit warmer with a high of about 57 degrees. And your north coast neighborhood forecast to the north, out towards Smith River, 54, 55 in Orleans, and getting close to 60 for some of those inland areas like Hoopa and Willow Creek, about 58 to 59 respectively. Here's a look at your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the 50s, although cooler for central and eastern Siskiyou County, where temperatures there will be in the mid to upper 40s, but western Siskiyou County in the low 50s. Now we take into Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Looks like we'll see a high of about 45 for Fort Bidwell, 43 in Cedarville, and Aden a high of about 40. And your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, I'm expecting, of course, to see temperatures in the 40s. Now, I'm expecting a dry day all day long for the Eastern Mountains. Then by Saturday night into Sunday, maybe a stray snow flurry or two. And then by Monday, it dries out. All right, here's a look at your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. There you can see temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Some of us may touch that 60-degree mark with 60 for Orland, 60 degrees for Hamilton City, and Willows, a high of about 60 degrees. And we take you up north again. I mean, we're splitting hairs. If we get up to 60, 61 in some areas, not out of the question. But again, we're inching those temperatures up closer to where we should be for this time of the year, and then eventually exceeding our normal. 51 degrees for Whiskeytown, 54 degrees for Lakehead, and 58 in Palo Cedro. There is a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. Of course, we've got those showers late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Could be looking at brief periods of maybe some moderate to heavy rainfall. Won't last for long, though, and then it dries out entirely on Sunday. And look at those temperatures climbing. 60s by Sunday, 70s by Monday, 80s by Tuesday, and we'll keep in the 80s for the rest of next week.